How's it going, everybody? It's Yong here, and welcome to Day 9 of the Final Fantasy XV Countdown Retrospective. Oh my god, less than 10 days to go. Or to put it another way, only a week and 2 days until the 10-years-old title finally launches. Before you proceed, I highly recommend you check out Day 10, in which I discussed both the Dawn 2.0 trailer, the Tokyo Game Show 2015 event, and the rest of the news for the month of September 2015. In this video, I'll be finishing off the rest of the news for 2015. There's a lot to talk about, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. So last time, we left off on September 30th, 2015, which was when Gematsu released an article detailing Tabata's announcement that Final Fantasy XV would be replacing Episode Dusai's automatic weapon switching with manual weapon switching when it finally launches, which was great news. The next time we would hear of the game was around a week later on October 6th, 2015. On that date, numerous sources uploaded a couple of tech demo videos, first shown during an event called SADC 2015, which took place over a month before, on August 26th. But it wasn't until October 6th that the tech demo footage would make its way to the general public. There is 3 of them in total. One showcases Luminous Engine animations, another showcases Visual Works motion capture, and the last video showcases an overview of the game's AI. Here's what all the 3 videos look like for those who haven't seen it yet. Following the release of the 3 videos, little bits of news would trickle in here and there over the last few months of 2015. On October 22nd, 2015, Hajime Tabata took to Final Fantasy XV's official forums to explain why the cast wears all black, stating that black is a special color in the Kingdom of Lucis, and with Noctis and crew being part of various Lucian national organizations, they all wear black to represent their home country. Tabata also talked a bit about an element that was removed from Final Fantasy Versus 13. If you recall from many Countdown retrospectives ago, a big part of the lore involved the worshipping of the goddess of death, Etro, but apparently this was a violation of the age rating criteria for games in some countries, so they instead replaced that with black being a special color. Moving on November 5th, 2015, Tabata took to Final Fantasy XV's official Twitter page to post a poll asking if fans would like to see Mughals in the game. The majority of the people voted yes, so 4 days later, on November 9th, he tweeted that they would include Mughals as a fun little extra and that they wouldn't be too chatty. Tabata also added that he'd think of a fun way to feature Mughals in Final Fantasy XV. Later that day, Tabata also posted that the pre-beta version of Final Fantasy XV is complete, a goal that the team had been working towards for the last 6 months. He also noted that at his request, PR and publicity has been quiet, so the team could focus on finishing this stage of the game's development. A few days later, on November 17, 2015, Tabata once again provided some information, this time regarding the possibility of climbing larger monsters. The response was that it's possible to do this on specific areas of gigantic monsters by either striking them directly using the warp ability or by positioning yourself by the enemy's vulnerable spots and using pairing actions against their attacks. So basically yes, but in a limited form. Don't expect Shadow of the Colossus or anything like that. This brings us to December 2nd, 2015. On this date, Final Fantasy XV programmer Satoshi Kitade announced on the game's official forums that the stage they are in right now in the development allow them to play the game from beginning to end, which means they can now focus on the overall look and polish of the highly anticipated title. It was also noted that the first half of the game has been polished to final retail quality, which apparently gave off the sense that you're playing the game in its final form. 5 days later, on December 7th, another member of the 15 team, game design section manager Kenichi Shida, also took to the game's official forums to share some new information, this time regarding the game's crosslink system. Apparently the tempo has been improved and execution is now more nimble. They've also changed how crosslink is triggered from the Duskai demo, improving the system as a whole. Then, 10 days later, on December 17th, 2015, this interesting bit of news came out. Website DualShockers found this official Final Fantasy XV survey online, and one of the questions that it asked was, if Persona 5 and Final Fantasy XV were to be released at the same time, which one would you prioritize? Now, at the time, Persona 5's tentative release window was summer 2016, so the assumption that was made back then based on the poll question was that Final Fantasy XV might also be released sometime in summer 2016, or at the very least that the two titles would launch very close to each other. As we know today, that did indeed turn out to be true, to a degree. Final Fantasy XV's initial September 30th release date did end up being very close to Persona 5's September 15th release date, but that was before the former was delayed by 2 months for a November 29th, 2015 release, which is what we're currently counting down to. The last news of the year came on the same date, when Square Enix announced that they would be broadcasting another Active Time Report livestream sometime in late January 2016, where Tabata and company would share new information about the Niflheim Empire and showcase new battle footage of the game. Thus concludes all the news for 2015, as well as today's episode of the Final Fantasy XV Countdown Retrospective. Thank you for tuning in. In the few days left until the game launches, I'll be diving straight into news for this year, 2016, so be on the lookout for that. And to be further updated on all things Final Fantasy, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!